Can't find a place to take a shit.
I have a question. I have a question, Ahmed. Is this Rakaposhi? We are on the last leg of our KKH journey. These are the KKH Chronicles. Ahmed is smiling. And the reason he's smiling is because he slept throughout the journey. And this gentleman... Okay, so diary number 3, it's around... He did. It's around midnight and he just let one go. This guy he ripped it. So I'm moving away from him. Shariar, we can only show his face. That's it.
I did too.
By the way, I've realized that I am not in any of these videos. So why don't you hold for a second? Okay, so Ahmed got us to this place. Look at this. Nothing interesting to see. It's all just rocks. What is this, yaar? Ahmed, really? You brought me from Peshawar, Karachi, all the way to here? Really? You got... Oh! Oh my God! This is magical.
Come down and show them how clear the water is.
It's... Oh my God! Oh my God! Ahmed, what do you have to say to this, my friend?
Man, this is the north of Pakistan.
By the way, this part of the rock, the big face, it just totally fell apart.
Rakaposhi, you know?
Half. So, how do you like the drive so far?
It's good. Every time I fall asleep, I knock my head against this. That wakes me. I mean, this is basically motor.
Pretty much.
Even the color of the water is.
And just watch this. And this guy goes. Oh man. What are you doing watching it? Whoa. Crazy ass exposure. One of a kind. Okay. Wow. Goes in. Ahmed is inside the Jeep, by the way. Okay, first man out of the guest house, day 1 of the trek. Ahmed, how are you feeling?
Good. Just took a dump.
Tell us about the weather.
Oh, the weather. Subah. Kal it was beautiful. Aaj subah when we woke up, it was quite windy. ये पूरी की पूरी फसल यूं यूं हिल रही थी और हवा चल रही थी और बारिश हो रही थी.
Oh yeah, second man out. Shara, how are you feeling?
Good.
Oh, you got your backpack on. You want to feel the weight, huh?
The weather thing is actually good because यहाँ पे advantage ये है कि यहाँ पे pouring rain कभी नहीं होती. It is not that I've experienced. हल्की बूंदाबांदी होती रहती है, अब वो भी नहीं हो रही. So सूरज छुप गया, which is good, which means that we have a lot of trekking that we can do without getting sunburned.
And how beautiful is this town?
Right?
Yeah, beautiful. I like.
So Mehman Khana, this is
The
AK Mehman Khana. Very nice, huh? We all slept here. We had breakfast.
That's the breakfast tray there. Monday.
Ahmed passed out right when we got here, exactly at this point.
Yeah.
Because he's really tired. And this is Nehmat, say hi to the camera. Assalamu alaikum.
वालेकुम सलाम.
नेमत इनमें से कौन सा वाला जो है वो हम बाद में आ रहा है? ये वाला. So हम basically
So this drum is
Nehmat joining
Kareem.
us later.
Okay.
So इस पोर्टर में हमने हर चीज डाल दी है including चावल. आज चावल नहीं मिलेंगे आपको.
That's fine. Oh, by rocket fuel. You should.
हाँ, rocket fuel पकड़ लेते हैं.
Okay. Oh, ये कैसे आएगा stuff?
ये दे जाएंगे.
आ जाएगा, सब कुछ आ जाएगा. चलो. जेफ हमारे दोस्त भी हैं और शेफ जेफ हैं, शेफ जेफ. So he will prepare us some hot meal, hot food, great food. We've trekked just a little bit actually, perhaps an hour, and we're taking a break because we're taking a break.
Goodbye. Hello.
Acha, give us a little sense of orientation.
Okay, so that green spot over there, across the plain. So this is the Pami River, right? So ये सामने Pami River है हमारे. And you can see many different routes that the river has taken over time.
Right.
ये शिमशाल पास से आ रहा है आगे से. ये जाके आगे शिमशाल river में गिर जाता है.
Okay.
So that green patch over there is Shimshal village, which is where we started.
Right.
वहाँ से we came across Michael Bridge, up this ravine, यहाँ से आए हैं. And what we're going to do is वो जो आगे ravine जा रही है ना, जो ridge जा रही है आगे, that ridge leads into a gorge in the middle of these two mountains.
Okay.
We're going to go into that. We're going to keep going for about 2 घंटे, about 1.5-2 घंटे.
Right.
Then फिर हमारे सामने ये scree slope आएगी इस angle पे.
What angle? Hold on, let me capture the angle.
Yeah.
It's like 79 degrees or something. Ridiculously.
फिर वो screen slope देख के हमारी फट जाएगी. फिर हम
Jeff is gonna make some
noodles. हम नहीं कर सकते ये. Jeff बोलेगा कोई बात नहीं. मैं मैगी नूडल बनाता हूँ. मैगी नूडल बनाएगा. फिर हम लोग खा के Popeye बन जाएंगे.
Acha, so now give us a little 101 on how to trek a glacier. So let me zoom in and get your stick out so you can.
Okay, so that's the Yazgil Glacier.
Yeah.
You can see the white ice, and that white ice goes all the way down. And ये जो
Right.
brown surrounding area है, जो मिट्टी नजर आ रही है, that's sort of like a brown लकड़ी उसकी पत्थर की wall, पत्थर और मिट्टी की wall around the river, the river of ice. Yes.
Okay.
And so इस side पे जो wall नजर आ रही है, that's a lateral moraine. इस side वाली.
Right.
उस side पे एक और lateral moraine है.
So
on
that's along the length
along
of the
the
glacier.
length of the glacier, exactly.
Okay.
But this little bit at the end is the terminal moraine. This is where it's basically where the glacier ends.
All right.
Right. और सारे पत्थर वहाँ पे पड़े हैं यहाँ पे सारे. So the way to do it is आप यहाँ से edge जाते हो. You go up the lateral moraine.
Right.
Keep going down along the lateral moraine.
Right.
Eventually you come to a point जहाँ पे you go up the lateral moraine. आप पूरे ऐसे आके आप glacier नजर आता है सामने. And in the middle of the glacier is another moraine called the medial moraine.
Okay.
So it's basically like this, a little hill of rocks in the middle of the glacier, going up the middle of the glacier, up the length.
Okay.
Right. So then you go down the glacier and you hip hop, zigzag, up down.
Along the medial moraine.
No, first you have to get to the medial moraine first, right? From the lateral.
Okay, so zigzag before you get to the medial moraine, and once you get to the medial moraine, then you go along the medial moraine.
Yes, up the length of the glacier.
Okay.
You keep going down that as far. This is if it's assuming you want to do the
in one
length
day
of the glacier, right?
Okay.
So this is assuming you want to do the length. You keep going down. ये तो याज़गिल है तो छोटा एक दिन में हो जाएगा. एक दिन में हो जाता है ना ये. हाँ. ये तो छोटा इसका अंदाजा इस तरह हो रहा है कि छोटा ग्लेशियर है कि इसकी मीडियल टर्मिनल मोरेन बहुत छोटी है. टर्मिनल मोरेन छोटी है, इसमें ग्लेशियर भी छोटा है. तो वो जो middle moraine पे we can just go all the way up till the middle moraine ends, and वो जो तुम जो remember you said this highway of ice that you have in mind, वो शुरू हो जाती है. So you start walking on that highway of ice till eventually it breaks because it's reaching जो पहाड़ के ऊपर से नीचे आके जहाँ पे गिर रही है ना ice, that's all this messy icy area.
Okay.
वहाँ पे you take a left or a right and you get off the glacier.
Great. So maybe next time around. This time I don't think we'll traverse any glacier.
This is not a glacier.
So next time around. So. भाई छोटे भाई मिल गया बड़े भाई को जी किधर maybe we can start walking. All right, time out. Okay, so this is about halfway, a little over halfway done on the first day of our Chafchingol trek. Jeff, our chef ordinaire, is with us. Along with him we have our porter. So we have camped here. I'm sitting right by a stream, very teeny stream. It's beautiful. You can see it goes up. I'm sitting so very close. There's water right next to my feet. These two mountains are just beautiful. So much snow. Okay, so this is something called a ski slope, and it looks pretty steep, and it definitely is as well. We just climbed it all the way. We started out from there and we went up the trail, and I can't capture the initial upward climb. It's right below this, but it was definitely one of the toughest thing I've done all day. And raise your arms, guys! And as you can tell, these are Shariar and Ahmed, and I'm zooming in. Yeah. Yes, I know. Huh? Oh, by the way, this is not easy either. Every rock below your foot would slide down. Chalo, for the video, show me some strength and endurance. No stopping now. And they're gonna walk across the ski slope. Both of them. Behind them is our guide, Namath. Funny thing, he's our guide and he's trailing behind. Well, that's intentional because he wants to make sure we're all safe. So Shariar is about to enter. He's gonna walk across, and every step he takes is going to rock below. His shoes will just slip and slide. He has to be very careful because if he makes any mistake, then it's always a big drop. So you kind of see what's happening with Ahmed? All these rocks are slipping and sliding. See under his shoes. And Shayar is gonna. So these rocks are sliding. Has to be very careful with his step. Has to put all of his weight to the right of his body, lean into the steep slope, and take baby steps. Open the stance of his sticks, and balance himself. So this is, oh, that's me slipping. So that's the kind of ski slope we just traversed today. Later, we have climbed up around 1,000 meters today, so around 3,300 feet. So I'm guessing this, where I'm standing today, this is close to 13,300 feet. As you can tell that I'm short of breath. This was the view that we had, and this is at 13,000 feet above sea level. This is majestic. As a small stream. We're camping out here tonight, and we plan to do a little bit of rock climbing on that face and perhaps on this face. And there's a little shepherd hut behind this particular rock. Behind this rock, there's a little shepherd hut. Where you can see animals grazing. There's one over there. Tomorrow we're gonna camp out here and do some rock climbing, and day after tomorrow, at day 3, I think we will descend from this point and walk along the riverbed, make that left, and then disappear into the wilderness. This is the water coming down the stream, some from glacier and some from a fresh stream. It's beautiful weather, and we are sunbathing.
This is a summer meadow for these people.
It's beautiful.
And we're at 13,000 feet.
13,000 feet.
Both Hassan and myself have experienced a little bit of altitude sickness.
Yes, I did a little more than you did.
And headaches, and well, I had the breathing thing.
I did too. I had all the symptoms that he listed.
Yeah.
The God
We're
listed.
better now.
You are feeling much better.
Actually, like bathed in the stream.
Right here, we all,
Sunny enough.
right behind this rock, we all got butt
We all get
naked,
One at a time, not at the same time.
and now we are sunbathing. So a little bit of sun,
Sun.
it shows up
My box is out.
from behind the cover of the clouds,
it feels okay.
and the lazy man is lazy like always.
We'll be climbing that rock.
पहले पकौड़े बनाने हैं, पहले पकौड़े खाएंगे.
I don't know how much we'll be climbing, Ahmed. How much you intend? Ahmed, okay, that shows how motivated he is to climb. He is asking for support to get up from this rock. This is. So this rest / acclimatize / rock climbing day.
Someone got bed bugs.
So इसके चप्पू, if you're watching this, ये तेरे sleeping bag के अंदर bed bugs हैं और हसान की वाड़ मार दी उन्होंने.
I know. So I threw up also. Major threw up action. Remember about cooking?
No.
What the rock is cooking. You guys keeping warm?
Yeah.
This is our kitchen tent.
Yes.
Pretty nice.
It was nice and warm.
This is Jeff, King Joffrey, and obviously Namath with his bandana looking thing wrapped on his head.
तेरी सर की दर्द कैसी है?
पता नहीं up and down हो रही है. हेडेक के साथ नौजिया थोड़ा सा अप एंड डाउन हो जाता है. अभी सही है, कल से तो बेहतर ही है. अच्छा अहमद, see how Ahmed is. This is how he has been almost every time when he's not climbing in this trip. Pretty much lazing, sleeping,
I'm a lazy bum.
conserving energy. Son of a bee.
Clearly, we are not conserving enough energy.
We're getting a headache. We're getting shortage of breath.
His book tomorrow.
Yeah, tomorrow we're just following him. कल हम इस सब के बीच इसके पीछे आएंगे. Slow, बहुत slow जाएंगे.
This is day 2. Well, day 3 of the trek. Day 2 was the rest day. वो सामने the porters are climbing up to the other side. We are on our way to Jafar Wask, and this is the Amazon. We are in right now. And there's Major Goli. That is where we came from. You later Moraine?
50-60.
50-60 फुट की होगी ये सामने जो दीवार है.
It was steeper.
Yeah, it's difficult to get a sense of
It was
scale
steep for
here.
our taste. Flat.
And Cher is planning to visit with his climbing buddies into a...
What do you mean? You are my climbing buddies.
I'm not rock climbing for 2 weeks, dude.
Come on.
I'd rather do surfing. Shall we?
Oh, yeah.
Ending? Are you peeing? Are you peeing?
Major Kohli relieving a little bit of the excess time.
Feeling my nose.
And we are...
Tell them what the bloody nose is.
Oh yeah, we woke up today with bloody noses.
Bloody knocked noses.
That's pretty normal वैसे at this altitude. We have acclimatized to 4,000 but अच्छा भला.
I don't have a headache. You have a headache?
I don't have a headache.
Yeah.
So we are all acclimatized. We are going to climb 500 meters today.
Yeah.
Over about
500
6
meters.
to 7 kilometers horizontally, I think. So
I'm sure you've done like a kilometer so far.
So wait, Ahmed, how much is it recommended to ascend per day?
the guidebook says you should not climb more than 300 meters a day.
And how much are we ascending today?
Just 500.
And
how about the
did
first
we
day?
ascend for yesterday on our first day?
1,050.
That's what I thought.
We took the rule. We
When did you
broke
tell
it
us about this rule?
after we climbed 1,050 meters.
With the prefix of by the way.
By the way.
In case you're wondering.
If you're wondering why you're feeling nauseous and your head hurts.
I can't help it, guys. I'm
it's
just
all
some
loud
bitch.
boats. Oh, it's all no.
You know what
Hold on.
he brings all these beginners every year.
Yeah, he
So
does. He does
get
this
the
once every
second
time.
entertainment.
Yeah. Yes.
Sorry, man. Evil man he is.
All right, gentlemen and ladies, we are signing out now.
Don't judge us.
See ya.
We're by the Boisum River, and I just traversed it without trying to get my shoes wet, as you can tell. That was what I wanted to accomplish. Sharial and Ahmad are trying to navigate their way through the stream. It splits in so many different directions. Small little tributaries that you have to cross, and when you think you're about to cross the final one, it just becomes a little more difficult. So Shariar seems like he's found his way. Ahmed is resting a bit. Nemat is gonna step up, trying to help him navigate through the correct and the shortest jump path. It's not that deep, so it's not a matter of safety. It's just a matter of you don't want to get your shoes wet because you have a little bit of further climbing to do, and you don't want to do that with wet shoes and wet socks. You look up. It's a beautiful peak right across, not too far away from here. And this is exactly where this direction is where we came from. And if you look at that green pasture right in the center of this camera, that is where we're gonna make a quick stop, perhaps get something to eat, just like a quick midday meal, and then we're gonna go. Now what you see in the center of my screen, that's the resting spot for that's the camping site. And then if you see the ski slope going toward the right, that's our track for tomorrow toward the Boisum Pass. Let me go and help him. Ow, 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 ow. Sorry. अब तो गीले हो गए शूज.
एक ही जूता गीला हुआ है.
Now it's Ahmed. What is it? There's no way out.
मेरा जूता गीला हो गया. My shoe is wet. उधर से जाओगे तो कम होगा. There's a white rock.
Oh wow.
Wow, that is posh, you know. That's why we take him along, because he's like the seasoned traveler, you know. Take the shoes off.
We should have done that.
Whatever. I'm not taking my shoes off. You know how long it takes to tie these things up?
So he's gonna make it without the shoes. Get his feet wet, that's okay.
Ladies and germs, we bring you Jafar Vask. This is what, day 3? This is actually day 4. Day 4 including the rest day. I am Shariar. Unfortunately, your regular host Hassan is preoccupied, but I'm going to give you a panorama view of what we're leaving behind at this camp. We're not leaving these asses behind.
Oh yeah,
And-
just like that. Just like that.
Oh, there's the view. Oh my God!
Right
That's
there.
that's what happened to our regular host Hassan.
Right there.
I don't know what's going on here, boys.
yeah.
Take it off now.
I don't know if
Take
the
it off.
is the profanity filter going to filter this out?
I swear.
Dude, Peeps is getting naked and shit. Damn, son.
Hey, this is something for the ladies.
Assalamualaikum.
And we are sharing the tent.
आपका नाम क्या है? Colonel Mehman
He
Khan.
was in the army now. Mehman Khan was in.
And he's a shire.
शायरी थोड़ा छोटा सा शेर तो सुनाए मेहमान खान साहब.
अभी
हाँ अभी सुना है.
अभी नहीं उस
फरमाइए.
कोई.
अभी तो फिलहाल मजा नहीं आता.
अच्छा ठीक. जब मजा आएगा मुझे बता दे.
पामेरी में जा करना लॉन्च की जगह पर फिर आपको शायरी करूंगा.
And this is Shariar's first time at 4,900 meters above sea level. How are you feeling?
मुबारक.
Good. Lift your head up.
A little breathless.
I know, I'm sure. And around the same time, Ahmed reaches.
Wow.
Now look at the view. So this is
Darn.
Boisum Pass.
Both lakes, small lake and big one lake.
What's the name of these lakes? Small lake,
Big one lake.
big lake.
In front of us,
Huh?
Samina Back Peak.
That's the Samina Peak.
Behind these mountains, there's Peer Peak.
Peer
and
Peak.
Some others. Yes.
Where is Boisum Peak?
Boisum Peak's behind the mountain.
Behind this mountain. Oh, okay. Yeah, I want to
take
go
some
and
word?
lie on the glacier. Is that okay? Ahmed is point.
Pani pilao.
Okay, before we lose sight of our porters and guide, let's move. This is a plane at around 14,000 feet above sea level.
Damn it. Rocks need to be doing that then.
We're heading in this direction behind that little hilly area.
10 minutes more, boys. अभी आ रहा है. 10 minutes more.
अगली पहाड़ी के नीचे, बस इसके नीचे. वैसे आज हादी कर दी है. चलो, you make the rest of the video.
Drill sergeant 10 मिनट. क्या सोच रहे हैं आपके?
आगे अगर इस तरह ही चलेंगे तो और 10 मिनट हर सेकंड पे 10 मिनट ही होगा.
He's 20 feet away from me and like 10 foot away.
And I see the trail and I'm like, share, that's the trail.
But there was this awesome boulder.
Yeah, he was on the boulder.
Stream,
Facing the wrong
there was a
direction.
stream also, right?
Yeah, right next to the
The
stream.
boulder was on the stream. The whole point was that you could jump off the boulder to the other side of the stream.
Yeah, and I told him, share, this is the way.
Huh.
Right? And I walked off and I
Yeah.
thought he'd heard me.
But
And
there was
and
a
he
trail.
had.
But there was a trail. There was a trail on the other side of the
Yeah,
stream.
and then what happened? Papa that.
Well, I followed the trail. I don't know how long I followed the trail, but at some point I realized that no one was in front of me, behind me. So I went back on the trail. No, I didn't go back on the trail. I thought, okay, I'll cut across these mountains over here, these hills, and I'll run into them.
Yeah.
So I cut across all the way to the river.
That worked out really well.
Shut up. My story. I cut across to the river,
I'm like, okay, they're not here. So I was like, okay, I got to find a high place so I have a vantage point. And then I went in the wrong direction apparently, towards the wrong mountain. For a while, constantly shouting, "Hello!"
We didn't hear him.
And I was like, okay, I'm gonna die in the Karakoram.
This is Ahmed is never going to see this video. Otherwise, I'm gonna get fired. So.
No, hold on. We have our version too. We looked for him. We waited for him. We sent Namath.
Anyway, so I'm still alive.
But he's alive. So it was a long trekking day.
No harm done.
Yeah, no, I'm done.
And it's pretty warm out
But
here.
these guys now want me to sacrifice effort.
It was a crazy steep slope, I tell you. Look at the flow of the water. And now we're going to be crossing that cable bridge. I don't know if you can see it. चलिए नीचे आ जाओ इधर. Wow. Nice. Just to look at the water. We're gonna go camp on top of this little thing, and tomorrow we are going to go up like this. Get your feet around the rope. Get both feet around the rope. Don't bounce. Feet about now. And how was the first climb this morning, Ahmed? Right after breakfast?
It was pretty okay actually. I was in pretty good shape, so it didn't bother me really.
Climb was a lot of fun.
I was quite relaxed the whole day till here. So I'm pretty good.
Cool.
You're not relaxed right now?
Yeah, I'm relaxed.
How could you not be relaxed?
How many times has he gone, by the way? Chariya? How many times since this morning?
Profanity filter.
Okay.
I can't.
Four I think.
4 times.
It was 4. Today 4.
bored. We're supposed to sit here till 2 a.m.
1 a.m.
doing nothing.
1 a.m.
The toof is that we, at 10 a.m. to 1 a.m. is how many hours?
Good long 15 hours.
15 hours.
Good, rest up. Rest your legs.
You know what I did? I sat by the river and I just played solitaire on the Nokia
Really?
for an hour.
I read the Bible for like...
Really?
I read the Bible for like 2 hours. Checked out so many tracks.
Oh my god. Now I know what I'm going to do for the next hour. I'm going to tie all our bottles to like pieces of to string, and I'm going to put them in the water.
Then you can go ting 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 ting.
No, and then they'll be freezing cold when they come
Can
out.
we get rid of it somehow? He's annoying.
I'm going to kick you in the face, you know.
God.
With this!
Oh, with that, okay.
Tell us how you feel about the climb tomorrow morning.
I wish I was on it right now.
In this heat, you'd
Yeah.
die.
Yeah.
Mar jayega isko.
I wish I was like a dying, rotting skeletal corpse halfway up Chafchingol, because that'd be more fun than what I'm doing right now.
Yeah. Because fun is more important than living.
Obviously.
How are you feeling about the ride?
I'm looking
Climb
forward to
tomorrow.
it actually. Bahut padegi.
I'm looking forward to the end
I'm
of it.
looking forward to it. You know what, by the way, I was reading and I should remind you guys. Almost all injuries happen on descents. When you are tired, exhausted, end of the day.
No, I know.
So, be careful on the descent.
Ooh, word of advice. Do you have any word of advice for us?
Yeah, actually, he's been doing this knee sock thing.
Oh, yeah.
Which would be a really good idea for all of us to do. Just not because of the ascent, but because of the descent. Because it's gonna be
Mostly
really
because
hard
of the
on your
descent,
knees.
yeah. Because there are
and the other
times when
thing is-
your ball and socket joint over here feels like it's about to come out,
Yeah.
and the sock knee
'Cause
brace keeps it in place.
And the other thing is when you're on a really sort of acute angle, it's a better thing to face the mountain. It's better to face the mountain than to face like outward.
I wonder what these peak climbers, those who want to summit and they have to rest for a day or 2 or 3, what do they do during their off time?
Yeah, so the expedition I saw at Broad Peak Base Camp, they were fully kitted out with like satellite phones and connections and internet connections and laptops and movement chal rahi thi, and they had like a laptop on and with like regular weather updates, and they were talking on the sat phone to these people. They put shit loads of money, so they are like, I wouldn't be surprised if they had like internet access and
Wait, if we had internet
No,
access,
for
man,
yeah,
like
for K2 summits and shit, they have when at the advanced base camp is like a friggin'
lab.
garrison.
It's
Yeah,
like
it's
a
like
lab.
a lab.
Yeah, it's like a lab.
It's cool.
They're transmitting video like almost live or not
They're
quite
Skyping
live.
and shit with their
They're
wives. and shit.
Skyping, yeah.
Mm.
They're Skyping.
This all, I
yeah,
just
yeah.
know this from movies.
Yeah, it happened. I've seen I peeked into one of their tents once.
Oh, really?
So it's high tech.
I was like, wow, you have internet? Can I
Screens
check
all
my
over. I
Facebook?
was like, whoa.
Oh, exactly like Vertical Limit, the movie.
Yeah.
That also had
I
a-
don't remember Vertical Limit anymore.
It also had a
That's
tent, like a
what I'm
central tent where they're
referencing.
monitoring and
Yeah,
people
yeah.
sitting in front of
So
monitors
that
and looking at
actually
screens
happens.
and weather updates. Like
Yeah, that happens.
But that's for anything above 7,000, I'm sure.
No, but they
No,
camp
no.
at 5,000 here. The base camp at K2 is 5,000.
Yeah.
That's where the town is.
Yeah,
No.
for peaks.
No,
For
it's not,
7,000
it's not.
peaks.
No.
No? 6,000
So
peaks?
No, I think maybe very technical peaks.
Yeah.
Because my friends did Spartik, which is 7,000 plus,
Mm.
and they were just like 2 guys went up, camped, up, down, khatam.
Really?
Yeah. Well, I mean, Spartik is mostly a trekking peak with like 2 100-meter segments, which are, I think, or 30-meter segments, where you need like to climb.
But I'm just surprised at a 7,000 meter mountain. You can be trek.
Yeah.
You can just trek on it. That's just amazing. It must be just one of the
Yeah.
very few ones. Okay, so this is what the walk up the Chafchingol Passes like. It's 3:50 in the morning, and we started walking at 2:30, 2:35, and it doesn't seem to end. My camera can capture the scale at this point. There's a steep slope. If I take one step, you see how my right foot and my left foot constantly keep slipping. So it's like for every step I take, I have to compensate for half a step or maybe one complete step of receding. I don't know if my camera can capture the 2 gentlemen. These are Shariar and they're walking a few minutes behind me. So we hope to complete in 3 to 4 hours today. When we get to the top, we'll make a video. This is our trek day for Chafchingol Pass. We have done, I think, about 75-80% of it. This is Nemat. About to walk on the ski slope. I don't know if you can notice, but this is extremely brittle rock. I can break it with my stick, and it's a very strange formation. This rock formation constantly breaking it, already cut my hand. And this is Adnan. This is Ahmed, I'm sorry. Look at the beautiful mountain in the background. This one in the back, the center is Sonia Peak. You gotta go all the way up there. So this is Chafchingol Pass. Sharyar, feelings in one word? Okay.
No, sir. No. This is. Let's go do Chafchingol Pass. It'll be fun. 1,000 meters of screen.
Yeah. Do you realize the wind chill was coming from that glacier, that glacier, that glacier, and that glacier?
बहुत तेज हवा थी.
Each and every
बहुत
one
तेज
of
हवा थी. Absolutely right. 1,000 meters scree.
This is your idea of fun?
Not going over a peak with a scree ever again.
I had a great time today. It was a wonderful, lovely morning.
Are we sure this is the thing? This is not a fake summit.
I'm glad you're enjoying my my hat. Which,
Oh, your hat is lovely.
'cause
That
the
one bar of Snickers chocolate
Oh, I need some Snickers.
and this
Snickers is gone.
This
It's
saved my freaking life.
kitchen.
If the wind was going through me, I was like, yeah, I can deal with the altitude,
Yeah,
I
that's
can
like
deal
us.
with
We always see right
climbing,
through.
but the cold
It was a little brisk today.
and the
All the 8 days there were no clouds, and today a
Today
fair bit of
clouds.
clouds. Fair bit of clouds.
Yani bunda
Okay, so let's wrap it up. We gotta go. Now let's just get a picture taken, and we are out of here. This is on the other side of Chafchingol Pass, as highlighted by John Mark. It's almost always glaciated, and this beautiful expanse of ice extends all the way to this peak, which we don't know the name of, and all the way there. This is July 23rd, perhaps the hottest month in the country. We somehow managed to reach a place where it's ice everywhere, and that's the glacier that we will try to avoid.
and that's Rakaposhi.
That is not Rakaposhi, but it's some Poshi that we don't know the name of.
Actually, yeah, we don't know that.
But this expanse of ice is beautiful.
So like literally we have huge mountains in every single direction.
And
Every
we don't know
single
the name of
direction.
any one of them.
We don't know. And
yeah.
and you know what? I
All
bet
Rakaposhi.
half of them don't even
All
have a
their
name.
names are
Rakaposhi.
That's the amazing part of being in this part of the world. That there are so many of these 5,000 plus, or maybe 6,000 plus, that we haven't, or anyone hasn't gotten the opportunity to name them. This is a glacier on the other side of Chafchingol. I don't know the name of it right now, but we can look at John Mark's book and find it out. Beautiful, beautiful expanse of ice. Very nice glacier. And if you see these three guys, they're sitting at the edge of a rock. We're gonna go there, and on the other side we will climb down using a rope. So it's gonna be pretty difficult, I guess. So this is the rock that we have to descend on, and because it's really scary, they have this local rope rappelling method, of which I was the first victim, and I almost died. Right where Jeff is, making a big step for the snow. Somehow there was too much tension pulling me to my left in my locking carabiner, and I couldn't control the torque that it was generating, and the rope swung me from here all the way. I swung across all those rocks and then hit the one over there with my backpack hitting first, otherwise I could have had a serious head injury or a back injury. And I could have gone all the way to the other end of the rock had it not been for RF, the guy in the red hat, to pull really hard on the rope, and that really restricted my movement. Otherwise I would have gone in a semicircle to the other side, and I don't know if the rope would have held, and that could have been the end of me. Really, I'm not kidding. This was a very close call. This is a glacier. Who gives a shit? I almost fucking died today. Holy cow. Wow. I still don't believe that this is a very good method, but no, I think Ahmed is coming down. Let's hope they remain safe. So this is the same glacier that is north of Chafchingol. It's a huge, gigantic pile of ice. And if you look closely, it has water flowing out of it, so it's melting pretty fast. Just to give you a scale of how big it is, this is Shahriyar. Shahriyar is this small, and the glacier is this big.
That's just a section of the glacier.
Yes.
Aren't you standing on the glacier?
This is also part of the glacier, right? So we also just traversed a glacier. Ahmed says that this is the unexposed part and this is the exposed part. So we also saw black ice underneath these rocks. We kept on slipping as we came down. But the sheer scale of this thing is massive. That's the Chafchingol Pass.
So here we are after having descended Chafchingol Pass, which is in that direction over there, and then we came down. कितने घंटे हमने किया था? How long did it take us?
5.5 hours.
5.5 hours to get to the top of Chafchingol. Freezing cold. Crazy scree. Insane ascent.
Insane ascent.
And on the descent we had we had two slight mishaps. Hassan here.
I've already recorded one.
Oh, you've already recorded this?
I've told the video how I almost died. But whatever happened. Now we are alive.
Yeah.
And take a coverage of this. Breakfast. So we're having tea. We're having fruit cans. We're having boiled eggs. We're having Snickers. We're having...
In the middle of a glacier.
We're sitting on a glacier.
We're sitting on a glacier right now. And
Sitting on a glacier, and there is snowfall.
There is
I don't
snowfall
know
happening.
if the camera can capture it.
No,
but
I don't think it can. But there is snow falling, and there is wind, and there is sunlight. And we're on a glacier, and we're eating Skippy peanut butter,
and then
and pineapple
slices,
and oranges, and boiled eggs, and tea.
and Jeff
Unbelievable.
is,
And Jeff here is the hero who has prepared all of this. Awesome man. Thank you, Jeff.
Welcome, sir. Okay, this was our campsite after Chafchingol Pass, and we're getting ready to leave.
What's the campsite called?
It's called
Funny hole.
Pinapin,
it's
sir.
not.
It's called Pinapin, sir.
Minapin.
Minapin, sir.
It should be called rabbit hole.
Because there are many rabbit holes. We noticed.
Yeah.
On that hill. Nemat, इस जगह का नाम क्या है?
Minapin Kuksal.
Minapin Kuksal.
Spell it.
MINAPIN. Minapin.
Minapin.
But I love the fact that there is fresh water, spring water, running 2 steps away from our camps, from a tent site. It was brilliant. We just stepped out. What's up?
Minapin का माने?
हाँ, Minapin का क्या मतलब है?
इसका कोई खास
नाम ही है. अच्छा.
मीना की पिन दूंगी थी यहाँ पे.
So the first lame joke of the day.
But running water on all four corners of you, as you will see.
That was the best thing.
In fact, my tent was surrounded on 3 sides by water, and while it was raining, I was afraid I was going to flood it out. But it didn't happen. So that's pretty good.
That was good.
Because my response time is pretty low because of my elbow and knees and shit.
Yeah. Old man.
Yeah, I'm getting old.
So we're getting ready to leave. Last day, 3 to 4 hours. The truck hopefully will be walking right by the river, as promised by name. Hopefully.
Lots and lots of clouds.
I know, beautiful weather today.
So this is your last message from the heroes of Chafchingol 2013.
No. Once we reach, we'll have more messages.
Oh, is it snowing?
Snowing?
I think there's like a few flakes here and there.
Ash.
It could be. There's Jeff getting ready.
Snow.
Washing up. Everybody's ready. We're passing out. Okay, so we're in the van going to Pasu or Sust, I don't know where.
Conquerors of Chafchingol.
Chafchingol. कैसा रहा आप लोगों का ट्रिप?
बहुत अच्छा रहा
हाँ जेफ, दाल बना के तुम परेशान हो गए।
वैसे बड़ी अच्छी दाल बनाते हैं।
दाल ने हर साल इम्प्रूव किया है। हर दिन इम्प्रूव किया। हर दिन
हर साल भी
नेमत इधर देखे जरा आप, कितना देर है अभी हमें सुस्त पहुंचने में? अहमद ने कंप्लीट एक मेन्यू बनाया है ना अगले 2 दिन का। We have no option.
We have no options. Like every meal laid out.
Everything is laid out.
इतना है कि तीन दफा से ज्यादा शायद खाना पड़ेगा। Chop shuruk.
Chop shuruk. So this is chop shuruk.
or
Looks
Hunza
like
pizza.
the pizza is called the Hunza pizza. And this is Hidden Paradise. This is Hidden Paradise restaurant.
Seat as you go to Kandar.
You can't see this from the
That's
main
the
road.
view.
To Kandar जाओ या meat. उसको chop के लाते हैं।
And I just picked the most wonderful fresh and tender
That's
apricots
why I asked him. What you
from the back of this restaurant. There's this Hunza hospitality, which means you can go and pick up any fruit of any tree that you like. There's some plums which are not ready. There's some khubani which you can't see right now. But Emma just ordered this Hunza pizza, and we were reluctant to order food because we have to have dinner at 7.
I was not
but
reluctant
now,
to order
but
food.
now,
No.
I want to have the
You
last
were
piece.
reluctant. You were
Now you want another one.
I do.